Howdy, my name is Travis Pettit, and I am a junior kinesiology major at Texas A&M University, and I hope one day to become a teacher and a coach. Today we are going to discuss the topic of urban learners and how a teacher can be effective in handling the situation of taking on the task of teaching these students. My goal throughout this presentation is to help others understand what an urban learner is, how teachers can address urban learners, and how they can use certain skills to maximize the ability of the urban learner. I will be hitting 5 major points that seem vital in how teachers should approach these urban learners. At the end of this presentation, I will have 5 multiple choice questions that will test the observer's knowledge of these topics. Before discussing how to handle an urban learner, we will first introduce what an urban learner is and what this might look like. An urban learner is a student that is subject to challenges due to the urban environment that they are raised in. These students typically live in the inner part of large cities and are a minority in that city. They face many struggles within their family and community, and the pressure of those struggles makes school and learning more challenging than normal. Although there are many things a teacher can do to maximize the abilities of these urban learners, today we are going to focus on 5 that I think are major keys to success. These 5 concepts are: refuse to give up on your students, genuinely care about your students, behavior interventions are effective, set high expectations, and curriculum reflects needs of targeted students. The first point we will hit on is refuse to give up on your students. I put this point first because without this mindset, all of the other tactics could fall apart. If a teacher goes into this knowing there is a chance that they might give up, they won't give it their all. As mentioned before, a lot of these kids have struggles outside of school. They are most likely used to people giving up on them. As said in an article by Richard Kerwin, many troubled youth find a comfort zone when adults give up on them. Students cannot learn or grow if they are not outside of their comfort zone. This will give the student no other option but to try. The next principle that we are going to discuss is related to the first. It is to genuinely care about your students. Before going into detail about this, here's a clip from the movie Freedom Riders that displays it.
I don't want excuses. I know what you're up against. We're all of us up against something. So you better make up your mind. Because until you have the balls to look me straight in the eye and tell me this is all you deserve, I am not letting you fail. Even if that means coming to your house every night until you finish the work. I see who you are. Do you understand me? I can see you. And you are not failing. So, take a minute, pull yourself together, and come inside. I want a new evaluation. An F. What are you, tripping?
As you can see, the teacher in this scenario truly cares about her student by letting him know how she feels and coming down to a personal level to help him. If a teacher didn't care, she would just let it go and let him fail. But in this case, she knows the student well enough to know he is better than that and wants to see him succeed. As the Kerwin article says, people do not hurt those about whom they care. Even guarded children know that. If students know their teacher genuinely care about them, they won't want to hurt them. In doing so, the student will want to succeed in school. One problem found in many urban schools is behavioral issues. Growing up with all of these struggles and pressures, urban learners, when pushed, often find themselves in trouble from acting out. Having behavioral issues in a school setting can cause further distractions and take away from the learning experience. These problems must be addressed and reduced. In an article by Gwendolyn Cartledge, it says, school personnel need to commit to creating disciplined environment by implementing approaches that teach children how they are to behave and then reward them accordingly. It then goes on to say, students feel safe and valued within these schools. If a student is feeling safe and valued, they will be more apt to learn. Reinforcing good behavior will help maximize the student's ability to feel safe and want to learn. Teachers in an urban setting need to start the year by setting high expectations. If the expectations are low, as soon as the students meet them, they will begin to slack off. However, if the expectations are high, the student will be challenged and always have something to strive for. Also, it is important to have high expectations for your students outside of the classroom. This will help keep them accountable for their actions and show you care about who they are and where they will end up. A teacher in an urban setting must make sure that the curriculum reflects the needs of the targeted students. The Cartledge article states, some urban schools observe the same failure patterns year after year, yet the staff persist in teaching the same way, thereby obtaining the same results. If the schools are not getting the results that they are striving for, they need to adjust the way they are teaching. Find a focus that the students are doing well with and try to build on that. This way the students are not getting frustrated because they aren't doing well. Adjusting the curriculum to fit the students' strengths can be the only way to get the students to improve. In conclusion, although there are many principles to follow when teaching an urban learner, the 5 I believe to be the most effective are: refuse to give up on your students, genuinely care about your students, behavior interventions are effective, set high expectations, and the curriculum must reflect the needs of the targeted students. Now I am going to ask 5 multiple choice questions to assess your knowledge on this presentation. Question 1. What makes a student an urban learner? A. A student that goes to a school in a city with a population over 200,000. B. A student that is in more advanced classes that require more critical thinking. C. A student that is subject to challenges due to an urban environment that they are raised in. The correct answer is C. A student that is subject to challenges due to an urban environment that they are raised in. Question 2. Which of the following was not discussed as an effective way to teach an urban learner? A. Genuinely care about your students. B. Don't set your expectations too high. C. Behavior interventions are effective. D. Curriculum reflects needs of targeted students. The correct answer is B. Don't set your expectations too high. This is the correct answer because the goal of the teacher in the urban environment is to set their expectations high, not low. Question 3. Which of the following is true in regards to behavior interventions being effective? A. The emphasis is on having control. B. Catch the bad behavior rather than the good. Or C. Students should feel safe and valued at their school. The correct answer is C. Students should feel safe and valued at their school. Question 4. When students in an urban setting are getting the same results year after year and not improving, what should they do? A. Change the curriculum to fit the students. B. Fire the teachers and hire new ones. Or C. Get different textbooks. The correct answer is A. Change the curriculum to fit the students. Question 5. In which area should teachers set high expectations? A. Academically. B. Outside the classroom, or C. Both A and B? The correct answer is C. Both A and B. Teachers should set their expectations high, academically and outside the classroom, so that the students may succeed overall.